Hi, Kyle from the Growing Place here in Aurora. We're going to go into the prop house in just a minute. We've had several inches of snow, probably close to a foot over the last week or so. You can see we've got quite a bit piled up here, and it's been quite cold. In fact, we've had shipments delayed the last 2 weeks coming in from outside growers. But we're starting outside just to show these bags have plants that are started in here. We started seeds of some of our milkweed. This is a stratification process. We'll see in just a moment inside. It's a flat with the potting soil. The seeds are on there. They're watered, wrapped up, and set out here in the cold, so that cold wet helps break the seed coat so they can germinate. And we're going to walk here into the prop house so we can see. It's nice and warm in here compared to the teens that we're experiencing outside. I'm just going to shut the door. But we've got some common milkweed over here that just came in, and they come in and they go under mist. So these have been outside for several weeks, but you can see they're just starting to pop up. There's some other ones. So those come in under our mist system. Again, here in the prop house, we do some things from seed and other things from cuttings. We've got things like mint. These guys will be planted up probably next week. They're nice and happy. I can just pull one out to see what that looks like. And this is peppermint. So that was done from cuttings from a stock plant that we have over in the stock house. And then we have things like the campanula clips. This is either white clips or blue clips. Can't quite tell from without looking at the label. But these guys are in the 288 size. So there's 288 in a full-size tray, but those guys are almost ready to plant. So a full tray of the campanula clips, this is about a half tray. So 288 of these plugs in a full-size tray. The mint is in a 128. So 128 would be in the full-size tray. Just kind of depends on what it is. Some of the things that are slower to grow, we start in a smaller size just so they aren't oversized here in the prop house. Again, we have things that start here on the mist table when they're first stuck as cuttings, or first the seeds are put in the propagation flats. Once they start to germinate or the cuttings start to take root, we move them over where we hand water them. So that's where these campanula and mint are right now. And then we're just going to kind of slide through. This is more of the perennial and herb end. We've got things like, here's Grosso lavender, some Mexican oregano that was just cut a couple weeks ago, some more rosemary. And then as we get into the vegetables, we've got tomatoes, we've got lettuce, so some of the edibles. This is the pak choi, onions, Swiss chard, and I'm going to hold this up so you can see the nice color that those already have on the stems. More of the onions again. Oh, and we do have our beneficial insects in here. We do have the sticky cards out to trap things, to also monitor if there's any problems. In an upcoming video, we'll probably show how we spread some of the beneficial insects. We do have little things out for various controls. So we're using good bugs to control bad bugs and trying to stay on top of that. So that's a good way to not have to use chemicals to control things. Here we have peppers. This is actually the second round. The first round that you may have seen in an earlier video, they are planting them right now. They're up and growing and quite happy. And then we have the pansies and violas. This is a pansy panola lilac shades. Again, this is a full 288 tray, so there's 288 plants in here, and these guys are going to be in the 4-packs, and they're scheduled to be planted next week, but they might even start them maybe even tomorrow. So those guys are ready to go, and they'll just kind of loosen the roots a little bit, and then they'll put them into the 4-packs, one of these in each 4-pack, each cell of the 4-pack. So 4 of those plants in a 4-pack total. Our succulents are growing quite nicely. And then over here, we have tomatoes. This is what these guys were sown this week. So no growth yet. This was just in the last couple days. Last week's. So you can see they're up. the week before, and then the week before that. So you can see the growth progression here from this week, last week, this week, last week, the week before, and the week before that. So tomatoes are going to get planted fairly soon here in the back with the first round. Thank you for joining us.